Join the conversation on Reality Radio, the show where we discuss everything reality TV with The Review, analyzing everything trendy, the gripping moments, and all the drama. Where we talk about all the TV show participants who were the most at everything. And finally, the predictions, where we try to find out which participants might or might not be voted out of the show. Tune in to Reality Radio and let's get real. Reality Radio, every Friday at 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. on Lagos Talks 91.3. Join the conversation.
Good afternoon. It is the very first episode of Reality Radio. Finally, it's here. I'm super pumped. I'm super excited. Now, Reality Radio is a show where we get to talk about your favorite reality TV shows, particularly the ones that are trending that you love to talk about. And as we know right now, the most trending reality TV show is BBNaija Shine Your Eye. My name is Ify Igwe and I'm your host. And in the studio with me, I have some very special guests with me. I have blogger Kiki of Kiki's Gist. Hi. And I have fabulous Joy. Hello. How's it going?
Hi.
So last week, by the way, we had like a mini introductory episode where we just introduced the housemates, talking about what we've seen so far, our perception of the housemates, and what we're looking forward to seeing as well. But it seems like the drama has somewhat begun, and I have Kiki's Gist and Fabulous Joy to help me out with that. So this is going to be segmented into different little segments. We have the review, where we're going to be talking about the highlights, what went on in the house all throughout the week. And then we'll move on to another segment, which is called The Most. So who was the housemate that was the most entertaining, the most irritating, the most boring, and the most whatever it is? Whichever one we decide, we'll let you know what most we're talking about. And then to wrap up is going to be the predictions. Of course, we need to predict who is most likely to live the house this weekend. All right, girls, are you ready?
Yeah.
Fabulous. All right, let's get into the review. Let's take a look at a few of the highlights. Before touching on the most recent highlights, let's just take a step backwards, talking about the wild cards. We know that last week it seemed like the housemates were racking their brain to figure out who are the wild cards, because Big Brother told them that there were 2 housemates that were fake housemates, and if they were able to point out who the wild cards are, the wild cards will leave the Big Brother house. But it seemed like they were a bit confused. At first, I thought they were onto it. But then later on, it then seemed like they were very confused because they didn't know that it was Maria and Pere that were the wild cards. So guys, from the onset, did you think that the housemates were going to actually get it right and Maria and Pere and probably would end up leaving the house?
Nah, I doubt. I don't think they were able to get it, or they were ever going to get it, because you just acted normal. I think even before we, the house or the people from outside, heard about or knew they were the wild cards, it was really difficult. We didn't know until Big Brother talked about it.
Yeah. And so do you think that they were lucky? You know, at the end of the day, when they found out that clearly they got it wrong and it was Maria and Pere, do you think that lucky they were vexed that they didn't get it right, because they would have wanted Maria and Pere to leave, maybe seeing them as a threat? Because now they're in the running to win the money. So do you think that low-key they were like, oh, you know what? Oh, we didn't know it was you. But then deep down in their heart, they're like, I wish we got it so that you guys would have left. At least we know that we have 2 less people to contend with. So do you think so? What do you think, Kiki?
Honestly, I feel like, you know, like when the show starts, initially everyone's more excited about, oh yeah, we're trying to get to know each other.
Yeah.
etc. So I don't necessarily think that they were looking for people to go.
Mm-hmm.
So because I know there was a conversation with White Money where he was like, he doesn't feel like anyone should leave now. So let's just, enjoy the first week. And then after that, the game starts. Deep down, maybe some people were like, let's go. But in the open, they weren't saying that.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I would say that for the first week, they probably just all wanted to stay. But now the game starts. So we'll
yeah,
see how
true.
that goes, yeah.
And that's the truth. They just always want to bond at the beginning, because at the end of the day, some people, in as much as they might say that they really, really want to get the money, there are people that genuinely come into the house because they want to copulate, number one. Number two, they want to probably find someone that they're going to get married to, people that they would form long-term bonds with. So at that first week, maybe first, second week, that's exactly what they're doing. So maybe they didn't really want them to leave. But now thinking about it, maybe now that the drama has set in, probably they've changed their minds because it seems like things are getting even more heated in the house at the moment. Now, moving on to other highlights. So, Joy.
Okay, now I was going to say that was the reason, that was what White Money was talking about when he said he knew who the wild cards were.
Yeah.
He said he knew it was Maria and Perry, but he didn't want to say because he didn't want anybody to leave at first. He wanted them to have more fun and all that. But from next week, every other person, I mean, whoever is leaving can leave. But, Maria was really angry about that. Maria said, don't say you didn't know anything, and she was really mad at him. But truly, everybody wanted to have fun. I believe they didn't want anybody to leave.
Okay.
Me too, I didn't want anybody to go out.
Oh, really? Because you're still trying to get to know them, to understand them.
Understand.
And like, even with past seasons where Big Brother had evicted housemates after the first week, viewers were like, come on. Like,
true.
enough for you to let them go.
True. Anyways, please feel free to join the conversation. If you'd like to be a part of the show, you can give us a call, 0809234 5913 0809 191 3913 0809 222 0913. You can also call 01515 0913 01515 1913. On WhatsApp, it is 0809 234 5913. Join the conversation. Now, let's move on to another highlight. I usually say that aside from, remember the last BBNaija season, they usually called Bright O an instigator. But you see the number one instigator is Ebuka.
That's his job.
I'm telling you. Who is the host of BBNaija? And I like what he does sometimes because there are times where the housemates feel too relaxed. Like, we're here to be lovey-dovey, forgetting that they're here to entertain people. People want the drama. They want something to talk about.
Chill.
Right? Exactly. But then we did hear or feel like the first week was a bit boring, let's not even lie, because we were like, there's no story that we are following, there's nothing really exciting that is happening. And thankfully, Ebuka, who is the mouthpiece of the gods, when the last live show, he decided to tell them that, they're a bit boring, that at the end of the day, they made us feel like, they were coming to bring some fire and some spice. But then when they got into the house, it was like, what really are you guys doing? And I feel like that was the light bulb moment, or that was the switch that brought them to the realization that they were here to entertain people. Right. And because of that, I believe that they sought to overcompensate for the past boring 1 week. But now my thing is, why is it that a lot of times when the Big Brother housemates want to, quote unquote, be entertaining or come up with some story for the viewers to talk about, the next thing that they get into is truth or dare? Right. Is that the only entertaining thing? Why is truth or dare the go-to thing for them to bring some drama to the table?
Honestly, I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure. I feel like I really don't know why it's always, with every season, is always truth or dare.
Truth or dare.
So I can't really say.
I honestly don't know, but that actually got us talking, really, because there's a very.
So is it that Big Brother didn't give them games like this Shari games, card games, board games, and all that?
They have a gaming room, right, with the pool table and all of that in the house, and that hasn't been with any season ever.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I think it's more like, trying to get to know each other and to create content, because everyone is wanting to be the content creator of the season. So I think that's why they go for truth or dare. It's like, who can do this, who can do that, who's not going to do this, who's going to do that. Yeah,
it was annoying. Actually, I like what Ify said is actually true, because when and you could see that they were really excited, saying yes, let's go on to truth or dare, especially Angel. She was like, yeah, let's do truth or dare, because she was really ready to do rubbish. So it was like everybody wanted to lose up. Like everybody wanted to loosen up, but they didn't know how to do it. So they're just looking for the platform or the opportunity to do the things they want to do or they wanted to do. So honestly, the truth or dare game was not it for me. I felt like it's already overrated. Every season, everybody wants to do truth or dare.
And it's so annoying.
Get something. It's
when
really
they
annoying.
Ginger you. They'll let you think, oh yeah, we're going to go all out, and then when it's time for the actual game, it's like.
But then,
Exactly.
this last truth or dare, though, are you guys saying that there weren't like major highlights from the truth or dare? Because there's a particular dare that people were talking about that was very controversial. So
I think I know it.
okay, so let me know what you think.
I'm not sure, but it could be the one with Tega and
Saga.
Saga.
that was crazy.
The Teg Saga thing was really Saga.
It was. Trust me.
It was a trash for me. I'm sorry to say, but
Oh.
yeah, Tega didn't need to go that far
Yeah.
because she wanted to prove whatever. She could say no, but why did she even choose there in the first place?
Because they were doing it. Who was the anchor for that game night again? I don't remember. The housemates who was in charge would do truth first, and then if you'd answered like a truth question, you
got to go there.
Yeah,
Oh,
dare
okay.
next. So at that time, it was dare for Tega.
Yeah. And by the way, Tega is married, guys, in case you don't know. And that's the reason why that was a highlight that a lot of people criticized a whole lot. So they dared them to, you know, I was going to say get jiggy, but I was like, how old are you? Why are you saying get jiggy? And I can't expose that. But anyways,
Maybe Kiki will help us.
no. So they dared them to go to a corner and, you know, do whatever it was that they did, and it got people talking. On one hand, it's like the audience wants a reason to talk, but on the other hand, they would always criticize and always complain about anything that happens. So with her being a married woman and allowing another man do that to her, of course, people started questioning really, you know, the sanctity of her marriage. Are you really married? Do you not respect the institution of marriage? What type of married woman will go into a reality TV show and allow another man do such and such? Or your husband is going to disown you. Your husband is going to divorce you. This is going to bring issues in your marriage. People were saying a whole lot.
Can I just say something, please?
Yes, please.
Tega's husband has come out to support his wife. Yes, and also said we should expect more content from Tega.
her.
So yeah, we're looking forward to that.
Oh, please, doesn't make it right.
It doesn't, obviously. It doesn't, because I
make
don't
it right.
understand what's sort
Of course, you say
reason
that.
on
What do you
that
expect
is.
him to say? I
But
forbid her.
How dare you?
He's not going to forbid her. Come on, it's 19 million.
But listen, you know what I mean? See, I won't lie. Like when I heard that, I was just like, listen, no, I'm not really sure that you had to go that far. Because at the end of the day, it's a dicey situation, because sometimes people get into BBNaija house thinking, you know what, when I'm the one that is the most scandalous, I bear it all, I do this, I do that, people would love me more and vote for me more. But we forget that we are very hypocritical, let's be very honest.
Yes.
And we are still very cultural. In as much as I know that 70% of our population are the youth. The youth were born in an era where culture was still very much strong. That's what they grew up in. So they still have elements of culture within them. So in as much as, yes, they're like, oh, come on, yes, give us the drama, give us what to talk about, but they're still the same ones that will criticize you. So guys, do you think that what Tega did, because it did show that she was there really for the game.
Wow.
It showed that she's there to do whatever it takes to actually win the money. So do you think that this is going to give her some sort of edge, or this is somewhat going to disqualify her, and this is based on what people feel about her moving forward in the house?
Kiki, go. Go.
to be honest, me personally, I'm actually expecting more content from Tega.
Yeah.
It's her marriage, so whatever she chooses to do, I mean, she's allowed to. And her husband definitely knew that she was applying for Big Brother. And if you're applying for Big Brother, you expect the unexpected, right?
Yeah.
If you get in the house.
What Big Brother?
If you get in the house, that's why this show is
It
rated
allows you
18
to
anyway.
do it. Doesn't mean it asks you to do it. So people make
There
you feel
you
like
go.
Big Brother.
Yeah, so I feel like this doesn't have to do with Big Brother. It's
Yes.
more about the relationship or the conversation Tega had with her husband prior to the show. So it's like, okay, can I do this? Can I not do that? Yes, you can. And if she has that go ahead from her husband, I mean, who are we to say don't do it?
Yeah.
I'm telling you. All right, guys, let's take this call. Lagos Talks. All right, lost that. 0809 234 5913, 0809 191 3913, 0809 222 0913. You can also call 01 515-0913, 01-515-1913. Lagos Talks. Good afternoon. Who's speaking?
It's Kelly. I'm calling from Nawa.
All right, Kelly, could you speak louder and turn off your radio if it's on?
No, it's not. No.
All right, let's hear you.
Okay, I just want to ask, was anybody evicted on Sunday?
No.
But someone might be evicted this Sunday.
I pray it should be right money.
It can't be white money.
It can't
be serious. It can't.
It has to be. It must be.
Why do you want him to go out?
I don't know.
You don't even know.
You have to know why.
Him and Yusuf, that's to like India.
So, but you're saying Yusuf does like an Indian, but not white money, right?
No, not white money. All the two of them to go.
You want them? Okay. Well, let's see if that's going to happen anyways. But thank you very much. This is coming from Damola on WhatsApp saying, I don't think Tega pulled through with the dare. Still not sure she lifted up her top. It was just cruise. That's an angle.
Later that evening, Saga had a conversation with Ari where he was like, he was the one that had the most fun during the Truth or Dare session. And this was because he said, and I quote, I might not quote this correctly, but he said, if you see what I did to Tega's so, I mean,
Wow.
not cruise, my dear.
Oh.
Not cruise.
That's interesting. Okay, keep your calls coming through as well as your WhatsApp message. Please feel free to join the conversation. In case you're just tuning in, this is Reality Radio, where we get to talk about all things reality TV shows. And my name is Ify. Of course, in the studio with me, I have Kiki of Kiki's Gist. She's a blogger. And Fabulous Joy, who's right here in the studio with us. All right, let's take this call. Lagos Talks. Good afternoon. Who's speaking?
Hello? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name?
I'm Samuel.
Sorry?
I'm Samuel.
Samuel. All right, Samuel, let's hear you. Join the conversation.
Okay, this Sunday, starting from this Sunday to the last day, please, every other person can go, apart from Angel.
Wow.
Let her stay for me.
It should stay for you. For what?
Yes.
Why?
I love that girl.
You love her.
I can empty her account for that girl. I love her so
Wow.
much.
You can empty your account for her. Fantastic.
Wow, she says anyways.
I love her so much. And she got my vote. Even if she has only one fan, I think I'm the one.
That's so
She
cute.
has my vote.
That's super interesting. Now, thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
All right. Now, speaking about Angel, I know that she had a very vulnerable moment with Ari, where she was, teary-eyed. Ari was crying as well, just narrating her story about growing up with her grandparents and, how she just wished she did things differently, the way she treated them and them not even being around right now, and to see all that she's been able to achieve and all that she will achieve eventually. What other emotional moments this week got your attention?
Well, I feel like Angel. Well, that's her self and her past. It got to me to an extent. So at some point, I felt like, like she actually, we've been judging her differently from what we see, but still, whatever you've gone through should be able to correct your future somehow, or correct your path right now.
Yeah.
So it feels like all what she has even gone through didn't even give her or teach her any lessons, to go through or to go with. So right now she's just living her life and enjoying it. But for her to go through this emotional down moment and all that should make every other person see her as a different person. She narrated her life to Ari, her story, how she grew up, how her grandmother had, is it dementia? What do you call it?
Dementia, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So thank you. So she, and her mom, she I think she got to a point where she insulted her grandmom, for pulling on herself and all that. So now she was crying seriously that she shouldn't have done that. Maybe she should have been more patient with them and all that. So I felt bad for her. But the part that Aaron was crying, I didn't understand why Aaron was crying so badly for her. I don't know.
Maybe she could relate, or there are times where people are telling you your story and you also see how vulnerable they are, and it gets you. So maybe that's the reason.
But for Angel, who has gone through all these things, I think she should now package her life properly. and move on.
To be honest, I see why it might be hard, because everything she's only 21. Let's not forget that.
She's pretty young,
so everything she's had to deal with at what age did she have to deal with that, right?
From 10.
So, like,
actually.
exactly.
Oh, wow.
So it's like, and then she's had to deal with the knowledge that her mom was trying to get rid of her when she was pregnant.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's a lot for somebody to deal with.
Yeah.
So I can understand that, but with the way she's acting, I know she said she's suicidal.
Yeah.
Yada, yada. Yeah, exactly. So I honestly don't know. She most likely is reacting off of what she's been through, but I feel like it can be better managed.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right, feel free to join the conversation. What are your thoughts? Let us know. Let's get into the ships in the house.
Yay,
the
exciting.
possible ships in the house. You know, one major highlight of BBNaija is the fact that for the past few seasons, we've seen BBNaija churn out couples who end up getting married, some who end up just staying together for a long time. Hence the reason why every season we're looking to see who that couple would be, who would not only, you know, give us content in the house, but end up getting married eventually when they leave the house. And right now, it seems like people are excited about some possible ships in the house. But let's start off with this one that was a very interesting scenario where Maria had a conversation with Perry. Would I call that a conversation? Is that a conversation? All right. So I know that it started with the whole truth or dare thing. Now, people have been pinpointing it to truth or dare and the way Maria felt uncomfortable when Perry was making out with Beatrice, saying that he was a bit too passionate about it and that immediately after that scene, you know, she stormed off. Who knows why she stormed off? If it was because of that, because she felt uncomfortable, if she was a little bit jealous or not, we do not know. But with Perry just summoning that courage to go to Maria to tell her that he liked her, honestly, I feel like it takes a lot of courage. To honestly, sometimes I feel bad for guys because we're still in this culture where we're expecting, and this is what I expect too, and I hope that this culture doesn't go away. Where is the guy that pursues the woman? You know, let's keep that culture. Let's maintain that culture as it should be. Exactly. So it takes a whole lot to walk up to a woman, to profess your love, to tell her, oh, this is how I feel, especially when you don't know what to expect. You know, it's different when you're talking to a girl and you can feel that vibe, right? You know that you guys have a connection. So you know, okay, it's time for me to approach. But then in a case where you just met this person like a few seconds ago, you don't really know if she's laughing with you because we're all in the house together or if she's laughing with you because she's really feeling you or whatnot. And so he did that. And sadly, what happened, Kiki?
Honestly, with Perry, I'm yet to figure him out.
Yeah.
I think Perry is playing a serious game because, okay, from that truth or dare issue that caused the whole fight with him making out with Beatrice and all of that, that night he seemed a bit, you know, sorry because he had a conversation with Sammy and he had said, oh, I like this girl from day one, I liked her. This is after Maria had refused, like turned down the conversation with him. But then yesterday he says to Tega, Sammy and some other guys that he made out with Beatrice on purpose.
Yeah.
Oh, said that. Oh, really?
He was like, I held her. Yeah, so it's like, what are you doing? You know, you can't say you like me and you're sorry for doing something and then tell another group of people that you did it on purpose. Like, so what exactly is your point? Perry, I'm not sure about Perry yet. And honestly, I feel like he might just be attracted to Maria. Like, oh, fine girl, this and that. But not necessarily like her the way he's making it seem. Because if you like someone, I don't think you're going to do that.
Right.
Right?
So you think he's just outrightly playing a game?
It's just a game for
I
him.
mean, isn't this a game? This is not?
I mean,
real
it
life.
is because people then go in there and get carried away. But that's
Yeah.
why it's a social experiment, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like trying to see how people coexist with each other. So, yeah.
I think there's a part Perry was also telling Beatrice that he's not attracted to Maria.
Perry is just everywhere.
He's just so Beatrice was like,
Perry is just everywhere. Pick a struggle. Let us know what it is that you want.
Okay, so clearly it seems as if he's playing a game.
Yeah.
So now my question is this. Is Maria attracted to him? The reason why she gave him that big L, was it because indeed he made out with Beatrice, or does she just genuinely not feel him? Like,
She is attracted to Perry. She had a conversation with Licorice the next morning. They were in the kitchen and she said the reason she had walked out of the room was because of how he kissed her. That she understands it's a truth or dare game. And obviously if you don't do what you're told to do, then you're boring. But her problem was Pere kissed Beatrice passionately in her words. And I feel like if, as a girl, like we're girls, if some guy's going out like chasing you and he gets with someone else, I don't think, if you don't care for him, you're not going to be bothered by that, right? But for her to react that way, not want to speak to him, literally the whole day, the next day, she didn't talk to Pere till like in the evening.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So yeah, I think she fancies him to some extent. Maybe not as much as, no, definitely more than Pere does. Pere claims to like her. But he might be attracted, like I said, because I mean Maria is attractive. But Maria, yeah, definitely likes Pere. She does.
Now, speaking about liking, let's talk about Nini and Saga. Now we know, because the first time I saw like a mini connection between the both of them was when Saga was giving Nini a mini massage on her neck. I was just like, yeah, you guys are made for each other, you know, carry on, you know, let's see. But then Nini's saying that she has something outside the house. So how's that going to work?
Even today in her diary session, she said the same thing to Big Brother, that she has a relationship outside. So she's been told Saga likes her, that she sort of believes Saga does because he's nice to her, always there, etc. But she has a relationship on the outside. So with Nini and Saga's situation, I think is a thing where she genuinely likes him as a friend, but then he likes her more than a friend. And it's harder for her to like turn him down, if that makes sense. I mean, she's told him, I have a relationship outside,
yeah.
But Saga's a nice guy. So it's like, okay, let's pursue this friendship. But that's not going to be fair on Saga because his feelings are just going to keep on. And to be honest, I realized lately they've been having a lot of conversations, like they're getting to know each other. Nini's been telling him more about her life and all that. So we'll see how that goes. I mean, we'll see.
Do you guys think
see what happens.
That anytime anyone gets into the BBNaija house and they had a relationship prior outside of the house, that automatically that relationship is at risk? Do you think so?
Yeah. Yes. Not for everyone.
But most
more often than not.
Yeah, because you're speaking about it being a social experiment. First of all, we know that they were quarantined for about a few days, like about 14 days, or was that about 14 days before getting into the house? And getting into the house, you don't know what's going on the outside. Finally, you get to interact with people, some who might look attractive, some who might be your spec, people that we probably love to have conversation with, and before you know it, it is very possible that feeling starts to arise. It is human nature, and that's the reason why people always advise. You know how when they talk about infidelity, right? And people say things like, "Oh, I trust my person. I trust that they won't do this or do that," but you have to always question: would they allow themselves get into a compromising situation? Now, I'm not saying, right, that human beings are animals. Okay, I'm not of that school of thought. Because if you end up cheating, I feel like it was a choice from the get-go for you to do all the things that are necessary for you to cheat. Right. It's a choice, right? However, there are times where circumstances make it more likely for you to cheat, you know, in a compromising situation. And I feel like when you get into the BBNaija house, automatically, it's a compromising situation for anyone, especially with those that are married. Hence the reason why, just taking it back to marriage now. And I wanted to ask you this. Do you think that right now, seeing the way marriage is amongst us in Nigeria or in Africa, do you think that it has begun to shift in meaning amongst our youth right now? When you say people are getting married and you think, oh, marriage is, oh, if I'm a woman, it means that how I used to interact with maybe my male folk, it has to be different. If I'm a man, how I used to interact with my female folk, it has to be different. But now, in this generation, do you think that the definition of marriage has shifted drastically compared to what our parents described marriage as?
Yeah, I think so. For me, I think so. Because right now, I will have a boyfriend, and I'll tell my own boyfriend that my best friend is the boy. And I'm married. I'll tell my husband, my best friend is a guy, and it feels normal to the society.
Yeah.
Everybody think it's normal. For me, I don't think it's normal. It's actually abnormal.
To Kiki, do you?
Yes.
If you're
as a married
woman, and even in a relationship, do you think
in a relationship?
Why? Like,
That's the thing.
You
I
see,
don't
this
know.
is a problem I feel like Nigerians have. It is very possible for a guy and a girl to be just friends.
Really?
Like, I believe so.
Oh, really,
Well, for
really?
me,
Yes, to be just friends. To
really,
be just
really?
friends. Yes, fine. Why not?
So why, because of marriage, would you now not be friends with your guy friend
Why? So
again?
I'll have issues with my husband, and then the next person I'm talking to is my best friend,
Okay, so what if we are all
my
friends?
male best friend. I don't think you should even go that far.
That, you see, you know what Kiki mentioned is very profound, because at the end of the day, before you meet that special someone, right? You had a life. And this has to be respected by both parties. You had a life. You had people that have been with you through life, and they've contributed to being this superb human being that your partner has fallen in love with, right?
Yeah.
However, dynamics have to change, I feel, like when you're in a relationship or when you're married. For instance, there are people that understand the unspoken or the unwritten rule that says, if you were best friends with someone who has gotten married now,
Yeah.
how about you be friends with him and his wife?
Yeah.
Right? Because they're now one. They're a
Yeah.
couple.
Yeah.
Right? Because I feel like that somewhat shows some sort of respect to the person's spouse. That, yeah, so this guy is my guy. He's been my guy since. So, but I know that you're in the picture, and I know that you're now the new best friend. You know, I have to take the back seat, right?
Exactly.
But how about we all be friends,
best friends,
together?
So yeah,
right?
we can all be friends. I feel like, for me, so what I'm trying to say is, you can still be friends with your guy best friend before, like, while you're married or after, yeah. But obviously there should be boundaries.
Yeah.
So say, for example, I don't see why your guy best friend should be calling you at ungodly hours.
But he
No,
does.
godly hours.
But before you got married,
He did, right?
Yeah.
So, but then you guys are still friends, just that there are boundaries now. So I'm not saying cut him off completely and don't talk to him again because, oh, you're married. Like, everyone needs their friends. And if it doesn't mean that because I'm a girl, my best friend has to be a girl. My best friend
Yeah, of
can
course.
be a guy.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
like, just respect boundaries. So whatever it is that you have to tell me at 12 in the night, you can call me the next day.
But can your female friend do that? Can your female friend, your female
Why are you even
close
calling me
friend-
at 12? Please leave me
Call
alone.
you
Let me
at
rest.
No, my question is this, right? Because it's quite easy for us to say based on our own perspective, but if we flip it, how do we see it? How do we feel
Exactly.
if our partner has that
Nope.
Oh, really?
So you see what I'm talking about?
I feel like women have more control.
You think so? You
Yeah.
see, when we now start this whole women have this way, don't you think it's a bit unfair for the male folk?
Okay, so no
Exactly.
best friends.
Exactly, my point.
So no best friends.
I will not take it. I will not take
I would
it.
imagine a babe calling my husband.
I'm like, oh,
Even in the
bestie.
Even in the afternoon.
Nah, sis.
In the
Like,
evening.
bestie.
Like,
Or
hey.
maybe your partner will be like, oh, you know, when anything happens to me, the person I really want to talk to immediately.
Hell no.
Oh no, bro.
Hell no.
Not doing that.
Not in this household.
Or something happens to his so-called best friend.
Sorry.
And she's calling
Sorry,
him and
dear.
she's like,
Yeah.
you
Anyways,
know,
guys,
I want to cry.
and it's my shoulder
Like, I can
that
help
you
you cry.
This is from Damola saying Nini might crack though.
I feel so.
All Saga needs to do is to keep applying pressure, in the famous words of Brighto. That house really messes with you, actually, is what Damola is saying. Thank you very much for that. All right, 0809 234 5913. 0809 191 3913, 0809 222 0913. Quickly, let's go into the next segment talking about the most. So, in this segment, we get to talk about the housemate that was the most at anything. So, we're going to be taking a look at the housemate that was the most entertaining this week, the most annoying, and the most dramatic. So, ladies, let's get into this. So, who is the housemate that was the most entertaining for this week?
White money.
White money. I was going to say that. It's my mazi.
What?
Okay.
White money is content.
Like,
literally,
chief.
he's content walking. He's so effortless with it.
Yeah, I know.
Like, he's just.
I feel
mean,
like white money is on vacation.
He
Maybe that's what he came there for, to be honest.
It's just himself.
It's
He just
his
came
time.
to chill, enjoy, and just catch cruise and all.
But he's like he's a typical Igbo man.
Yes.
Typical Igbo man.
Yes.
You know, at first I wasn't really sure how I felt about him. But there was a conversation that they had about last week or so where he was trying to speak about Igbo culture. And a typical Igbo man when he's taking me so seriously that if you're talking and he's talking, there's a problem. So at that time, I didn't really know how I felt about him because I was like, oh, who is this bubbly person? But then when he started becoming so aggressive, when he was like, I'm trying to talk, people are talking.
Yeah.
I was just like, I'm not really sure about you. But eventually, when he apologized, remember he apologized, and then he started showing how compassionate he was by cooking for people. You know, just the fact that he liked to feed people. I love that about him. So yeah, I think that White Money is the most entertaining.
Clean,
So far.
cleans,
I mean, the game, we still have weeks and
he's
days.
fun. Everything that comes.
I think
out
he's
of
the
his
one
mouth
with the
is
top,
funny.
the highest ratings right now, no?
White Money, like even when I post content that has to do with White Money, it's like, it blows off. I'm just like, who is this guy?
He's quite entertaining. He's quite
He's
entertaining.
doing well so far. And the thing is, because I said it's too early. You know, like how you it's just week 2, and then you like a particular housemate, but there's so much more time for them to do something.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it
So
goes.
let's hope he's the gift that keeps giving.
Yeah.
So let's hope he doesn't get tired at some point, because I think it can happen where you come in, you're pumped, you're hyped, you're giving us content before you know it, because it's about 71 days or so, 72 days. You get tired sometimes. There's sometimes you're just like, I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to entertain anybody. I just want to rest. And that could either make or break you, because remember, we as the audience, we're very selfish. We don't care if you're tired, you know? We're like, when we wake up and we want to watch something, you better be entertaining us. So we don't even care if you had a bad day or not. Yeah. So let's hope that he keeps that vibe going. If you're listening, who do you think is the most entertaining housemate in BBNaija Shine Your Eye thus far? Let us know. You could join the conversation by calling us on 0809 234 5913, 0809 191 3913, 0809 222 0913. Lagos Talks, good afternoon. Who's speaking?
Hello?
Hi, good afternoon. Who's speaking?
Afternoon, I'm Daniel.
Daniel, all right, let's hear you. Who do you think is the most entertaining so far?
I want to I want to mention who entertained me. I don't know for
Okay, who entertained you?
yeah,
yourself.
so that I think it's Angel. She's my best for now.
Why?
She entertains me anytime I watch the show. So I love the girl.
Oh,
Wow. Okay.
I'd like to know. I'd
I
like to
don't know
know.
for any other person, but for me.
So is it that
Angel.
when you watch, it's only Angel you can see?
I don't see any other person now, but I just love the girl. I like the way she do her own thing. I just love her.
That's nice.
nice.
All right.
Maybe I can go for White Money, but for me, I want White Money to leave. Let Angel stay for me. So
Let Angel. But is it not when Angel comes out of the house that you can meet her?
no. Once she win, wait. Once she win, I don't even care if I will meet her or not. But I just want her till the final day.
That's sweet.
Like that.
I like that. I like that. That's really sweet. Thank you
just be
very much for your
satisfied.
take on that. All right, ladies, let's get into who we thought was the most annoying in the house this week.
It's annoying this week for me. I don't know. I think Beatrice.
I was literally going to say that.
Why?
I'm trying to
Sadly,
figure
she's
her
my
out.
friend, but
Really?
yeah, but
Oh, really? Interesting.
Sorry, Beatrice, yeah, but she's not doing badly. She's good, but still, she was really annoying. I don't know.
So what about you, Beatrice, as well?
I wouldn't even say annoying, but she's done really annoying things. Like, she's pissed off the housemates from the first week because she was trying to mislead them as to who. I
the
don't think
wild
she
cards.
understood what Biggie meant by there were
Exactly
fake
what I
housemates
was
in the house.
saying.
Yeah.
She didn't understand what
Because
the
she was
wild
acting like
cards
she
were.
was the wild card. So it's like, sis, what are you trying to do? Because even the day Ebuka revealed who the actual wild cards were, he was like, okay, so will the actual wild cards stand up?
So they
And then
adjusted.
she started
That was trying to stand up, and I'm like,
Mama was so pissed. Like, what is wrong with this
swear,
guy?
I mean, I
terrible.
insulted her.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes. I don't know. He likes acting too smooth. Like I'm so smooth. You know, I'm too cool. You know, when I talk, I can't really open my mouth. You know, this is the way I sound, and it's annoying.
Yeah,
I don't
Karen
know.
really pissed me off in the first week.
I'm just like, I'm not really sure what you're going for, the smooth guy or the annoying one, but, let's see how that goes. For now,
Game plan.
you just annoyed me. Me too. All right, this is coming from Damola say, the most boring princess. I wonder why she bothers to change her batteries. She hardly talks. That's terrible.
Princess, the taxi driver. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And he said, I wonder why she bothers to change her batteries when she hardly talks. So he's like, she's boring. And this is coming from Damola as well, saying the most annoying, Maria. She has this annoying attention-seeking syndrome. And the most entertaining, according to Damola, is White Money. And he said this guy knows what the viewers want and he's delivering, even though I think his humor is forced sometimes. Let's take this call. Lagos Talks. All right, we lost that one. 0809 234 5913 0809 191 3913 0809 222 0913. This is coming from Wilson saying White Money and him he's from my local government. I like him. So Wilson is saying he likes White Money. So White Money is from his local government. Fantastic. Lagos Talks, good afternoon. Who's speaking?
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon. Ify, how you doing?
I'm good though. Who's speaking?
Simon, coming from Abuja.
All right, Simon, let's hear you.
Yeah, I want to ask you one question. This Maria, what is she doing in that place?
She's competing for the
Let me call her. Give me a second. Let me call her and ask her what she's doing in the house.
Wait. You know why I'm asking you?
No, I don't know. Why?
The day they asked them to introduce themselves, she said she's a real estate agent
in Dubai.
She said I saw her met with uniform airline business. I think she has a lot of money. What is I don't understand.
I mean,
so when they asked them to, I was confused. What does this girl really want? Don't you think? Or the question I'm asking. Is it an awkward question?
It's not an awkward question. The question you're asking, probably people ask that question as well. So,
she looks like someone that has a lot of money.
She looks like...
Yeah, she looks...
I think the question we should be asking is BBNaija only about the money? Is what we should be asking.
Okay, that's true.
Exactly. But thank you very much for your take. All right. Exactly, but that over the years, BBNaija strategically rebranded.
Yeah.
Because gone are the days where you would see that the winner had a sad story that, I came from the projects, I didn't really have money, and now I came here and now I'm popular. Gone are the days that was what was more appealing to the audience because they ensured that they got people representing the population, right? We know that a lot of people, are living in poverty. Let's not even take away from that. But we also know based on the audience and the viewers, there are people that can relate to these people currently in the house. So it goes beyond just money. It's also about the publicity. It's about the fame for some people as well. Some of these people either were entertainers before getting into the house or they intend to become entertainers when they get out of the house. And let's not even forget the traction that people actually gain after BBNaija.
Right.
That's something that we can't take away from them. The sponsorships that they get, the fan base, buying them houses, buying them cars, buying them everything. The businesses that they start as
selling
well.
their brands.
Last season, Nengi had a shoe line, right, that nobody knew about.
Exactly.
Maybe her family, friends,
Yeah.
whatever. But she's come out of the house and rebranded to
There
Shoes
you
by
go.
Flora. So it's like...
Oh, I didn't even know.
So that's a good thing. All right, this is... the phone lines are blowing up. Lagos Talks, good afternoon. Who's speaking? Speak louder. We can barely hear you.
Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
We can hear you. What's your name?
Yes, I am Heritage. I'm coming from Texas.
All right, let's hear you.
Okay, the most entertaining person in the house is White Money.
Okay.
Why the most annoying fans in the house, annoying housemates, in the house is the Princess.
Why?
Princess is very boring. I don't know. She's not entertaining at all.
Okay.
She's just boring. She's just there.
Yeah.
All right, thank you very much for your take. Someone is saying that Jackie B looks
Jackie
like
B.
Rita Dominic. Is that true?
I mean, they've even told her that in the house.
Oh, really?
Before, yeah.
I don't know that I've
not
seen
seen
that.
that.
I don't see it as well,
Have
but
you
maybe
seen
it's just,
it?
I
I
think it's
don't
just
know.
the skin color, her nose, and that's
Yeah.
about it.
Don't know.
I was
didn't-
gonna
I
say,
didn't
don't you
see
guys
her.
think Jackie B is also quiet, like too quiet in the house?
I think she's still observing.
What if she did observe for 2
very
weeks?
bad. That can be very bad because it means that the next time there's a nomination and if
Exactly,
she's out.
She's out.
So yeah.
What did she do? Observe?
Now, speaking about nominations, let's take a look at what our predictions are, because we know that Beatrice, White Money, Earrings, and J. Paul are up for eviction.
No, J. Paul was swapped for.
Oh, he
Yusuf.
was swapped. Oh, he
Yeah.
was swapped. Okay,
So
there you go.
Boma saved
So,
him.
who do you think is going to leave?
Honestly, I think it's between Yusuf and Yerins.
I think so too.
Yusuf and Yerins. I can't say who, but it's either one of them.
I think it's between.
Yeah.
Yusuf and
Definitely
Yerins.
not White Money.
Of course not. We know definitely not,
And if I'm
because
gonna
he's
add
giving
a
us the
third person,
content.
Beatrice.
Yeah,
But I know
Beatrice.
White Money is not going nowhere.
I think Yusuf for me, honestly.
Yusuf
yeah.
is so, I can't tell you something he's done. Like, he's a nice guy,
Yeah.
yes. Housemates, some of the housemates like him or whatever, but I don't hear his voice.
Yeah.
He's just calm.
He's
just-
calm.
That's
And you
the
can't, I mean, you
thing.
can't
You can't be
force him
calm.
to be otherwise.
Yeah.
That's who he is. So, yeah.
But that's the thing about getting into this house. You just have to have some sort of character.
Yeah.
If you don't, I mean, you could be a nice person, or maybe we can be friends. But aside that, it's like
Yeah, there has to be something.
there has to be
more.
something more. Yeah. So yeah, probably Yusuf. All right, guys, it is 3:59. We need to wrap this up because it's time for us to go. A big thank you to everyone who was a part of the show today. It was a beautiful first episode. I appreciate you joining the conversation. Thank you so much, Kiki of Kiki's Gist.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Fabulous Joy, for being a part of the show.
Thank you.
Definitely looking forward to the next episode of Reality Radio, where we get to talk about all things reality TV shows. My name is Ify, and this happens Fridays, 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. right here on Lagos Talks 91.3. All right, guys, thank you so much for being a part of the midday show as well. Coming up next is the live drive, and that will be handled by Michelle. You get your dose of everything you love to talk about, from politics, sports, comedy, and the list goes on and on. Once again, thank you so much. Have a lovely rest of the weekend. Mwah.